Hello, hello, hello. A new addition. I think this is a blue jay feather. I found this on my walk today. It's very beautiful. Thundering can be significant for you all, okay? It fell out of my pocket. Raven was trying to eat it. And as I said before, I don't walk around just looking for feathers. I just so happen to find them. And so the color blue can be significant for you all. I have an important message from Spirit, the Most High, divine. It is okay for you to change, okay? It is okay for you to grow. Give yourself permission to grow. The universe consciousness wants you all to know, if you can ever take note from observing the universe, you know that it evolves. It started with Earth, planets, just the whole evolving thing. I don't know how that whole system goes. I don't know why they be doing this to me, but it started like that, right? Because they showed me like this. 144 just passed on my timer. They showed me like the planetary system. They showed me like land, like the lava, and then they showed me like the land, and then the water, and then sea animals, and then land animals. They showed me like evolution from first man and things like that, like creation. Okay, natural creation, right? And what you are doing, thank you, Spirit, is evolving to your next level, right? Wow, thank you for that. And so that is what you are doing. You are evolving from 2, 3, 4, from a state of non-consciousness, right? Non-consciousness meaning not knowing the I am that resides inside of you, to you knowing Christ consciousness, right? That energy, that connection that you naturally have, that you naturally been born with, right? That you naturally are, right? And so that's how they showed me this. And then I had to acknowledge, because they brought up to my attention that if I was just making this up about coming on here and doing this video, they gave me the download, and I was just like, and I was sitting here in meditation, and I was like, I don't know, like, I don't know why I do that. I always say, like, that is a part of me that is, oh my gosh, they so funny. They just showed me like how Spirit is holding me, and I'm like a little kid, and I'm putting my foot in the water and taking it back, putting my foot in the water and taking it back. They are hilarious. And so that's what they just showed me. And so I want you to know that evolving is your next state, and you are able to evolve inside of your physical vessel. And I want you to know that the more that you evolve inside of your physical vessel, the more you change the appearance of your physical vessel, right? Oh my gosh, that is amazing. And so they want you to know that, give yourself permission, okay? It doesn't matter what things look outside of you, okay? They're saying like Mother Nature doesn't ask the trees permission, is it okay for the season to change? It just do it. It just does it. The seasons naturally change, right? And so that's what they're saying. And so I heard this guy give a good analogy about that, and he said like how all the caterpillars are like roaming around eating lettuce, eating leaves and stuff like that, until the one caterpillar decides that it's senses something inside of it seeking change, seeking growth, and how it climbs up on the tree, and all the other caterpillars that are left down on the ground still doing the same thing. They start judging him. They are mad at him. Who's this caterpillar? Who do you think he is? What makes him so different? Why do you think he's so special? Why do you think he's doing that? Like, and then when the caterpillar like, whatever, I'm going to change. Like, I feel something. I'm going to go see what this is. And it goes into the cocoon, and then all of a sudden it blossoms into a beautiful butterfly. And then all the other caterpillars who's on the ground hating, they're watching him fly, watching him soar, and they're all in disbelief. And Spirit is saying, like, the more you change, the more you inspire others to change. And it was like, don't worry about what people think. Their actions and words are not a reflection of you. Their actions and their words and their feelings and their thoughts are a reflection of their program. And Spirit wants you to not take their program into you, because you've elevated, you leveled up, right? And so allow people to be stuck in whatever matrix that they are in, and you continue to keep going, to keep growing in your knowing and in your understanding with Spirit, that Spirit has your back, right? And so, man, that was something that was coming into me, and I was just like, look, you have permission to grow. You don't have to be what you used to be. Everybody is entitled to their own growth, right? You don't have to shoot. Look, oh, Spirit just grabbed my tongue, because I was you saw me just was finna say something. Spirit grabbed my tongue. Ooh, you don't have to. Okay, let me go back, Spirit. Okay, the more you allow yourself to grow, give yourself permission to venture off from the tribal energy, from the tribal cord, the more you rewrite the script about your life. Because I was gonna go there, but I was gonna go there. And so Spirit always keeping me humble, and I'm so grateful to have Spirit, you know, keeping me, guarding my tongue. Like, that's that energy, guarding my tongue. And so you just seen it in full circle, full here. I'm always guided and protected. Wow, thank you, Spirit. You're welcome. It's like, you're welcome. Yeah. And so they're asking you, like, to live free, to break free, you've already been in your cocoon stage. It's time. And so they're asking you to not seek permission. Don't look back. Keep going forward in the way that you feel is right for you. Feel that pull. Follow your joy. Okay. They want you to remember where you come from. Like, remember the pain and the sadness and the loneliness you felt while you were attached to certain dynamics, situations, circumstances, relationships, communities, organizations. Okay, you are here to break free from that mold. That's why they keep, like, I'm hearing like tribal, tribe, being a part of the tribe. They say, yeah, some heritage, tribal has its right. Like, they're showing me like the, oh, Spirit, Spirit be having me doing the craziest thing. Like, you know how that rock, like the rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, that I don't know, that Hawaiian Samoan tribal thing, those Indian tribal things, they have their place within their societals. Those are the ones that serve their particular societal group. It serves its missions. It serves its own separate pocket within the universe. It has its own separate, I don't know how to say that, Spirit. It has its own separate right, okay? And it was just like that togetherness. And they're asking you, like, did you feel that unity, togetherness, energy within whatever community, whatever relational, whatever setting that you used to associate yourself with? Did you feel that camaraderie? Thank you. Did you feel that camaraderie? They showed me the military, and so I thought that's what I was receiving while I was in the military, the camaraderie. Even though like I was always showing up, it was always something or someone trying to tear me down. When I was in the Navy or on that particular ship, it was always some person trying to see me just naturally being me and just trying to come and tear me down, trying to nitpick at me for whatever. I'm listening, Spirit. And so it was that type of energy. And so Spirit is asking you, is that something that you experience? And they want you to know like the purpose of pain, like the purpose of hurt. You'll later understand a deeper meaning to it. The illusion, 11:11 just passed, the illusion of it. But in the like right now, this time, they want you to understand like the suffering. Had you not suffered, had you not suffered, they're showing me like pride. You know how like somebody gets down on their knees to where they're like just really just distraught from whatever experience they had, and they're saying like that played a part, okay? Because had you not experienced that, you would have never changed. And they want you all to know like certain souls come here to learn, experience certain things, okay? And so once you gain a certain amount of awareness, you will be able to understand what the reason was, okay? Everybody is different, okay? I always tell y'all to reach out to me, phoenix144cardinal@gmail.com. I often say that Gmail wrong, okay? But it's in my description box. It's phoenix144cardinal@gmail.com. I always ask y'all to reach out to me. I can't help you guys if you guys keep quiet, okay? If you don't interact with the video, I don't, you know, like I say, I don't just pull into y'all energy. I allow it to come to me. It has to come to me. If it doesn't come to me, I don't know. That's just something that my guides have for me. They have that block for me because I am highly sensitive. And so my divine masculine is just like, nope. Like it won't do it unless you're in alignment with me. It's just the way it is. That's how it protects me. It won't let me talk to certain people, be around certain people. It's just like, no, you know. And I just be like, okay, listen, you know how like a father would take care of their child, right? Don't listen to that music, don't go over there. Like, and I listen, okay, that's that divine masculine, that God force, that masculine God force energy, right, that resides inside of us. And then you have that divine feminine intuition, right, that tells you softly, yes, go and do that. But anyway, that was one of the messages that came through. Also something else that came through, medical gaslighting, okay? Spirit is saying, stop that. Every time you get an ache in your body, you thinking something wrong with you, you thinking it's a medical problem. That's called medical gaslighting. Spirit is also saying that's because you grew up around someone who was sick or whatever, and that is, you are repeating that cycle, okay? And so they want you to stop doing that. It just gave me an example of a lady that I used to know when I was younger. I think I was like 19 or 20 or something. I really don't want to tell their story. It's not for me to tell. But Spirit is saying stop doing it, okay? Because you are copying. So you are duplicating that energy, okay? So they want you to stop doing that. Like, stop it. It's called medical gaslighting. Please stop doing that to yourself, okay? You feel like, oh, my bone hurt. Oh, maybe it's this. My eye hurt. Maybe I'm going blind. Like, it's giving very much that energy. Like, like, I don't know. It's just giving that. Like, every time you just, oh, I'm hurting, right? It's a medical problem, right? You want to go to the emergency room. Oh, you go on Google. It just showed me Google, like you're searching on Google to see what's wrong with you. Seriously, and stop doing that, okay? Because you cleared a lot of your ancestral and parental line, the energetic cord, so you cleared a lot of that, so that energy no longer resides inside of you. And so it is saying that it is trying to maintain its integrity by pings. I don't know, like, she just showed me like the nervous system. Like, the nervous system is kind of still operating in that mode. 15:55 on my timer. That's something that's going to be changing for you. Your nervous system is going to be able to relax more, okay? You're going to find that you are more relaxed. You're just going to become aware that you're just more relaxed, okay? So that was another thing that came up. Another thing that came up, I was listening to this philosopher named Dostoevsky, and it's called Dark Wisdom. His name is Dostoevsky, and he is a spiritual philosopher. See, I listen to things like that. That shit fascinates me. And so he was back in, I think, the late 1800s he existed. And so he was he knew things, and he went to the church and tried to tell them things, and they didn't believe him. Of course, they said he threatened the very stability that the church was built on by his words and his ideas. He was a prophet also. And they locked him up and sent him to a prison camp in Siberia, and he lived around murderers and criminals for, I think, like 6 years he was in prison. I don't know, I have to look at it again. And he almost like not studied them, but he began to understand why they were the way they were. And then he says some of them didn't have any psychological issues. Some of them just had like that, they like true sociopaths or psychopaths. Spirit, what words? Psychopath, right? The ones that get a rush when they defy things that the law sets in place. And he said some of those people were like that, and some of those people were did have horrible things happen to them, which created them, right? And then he said some of them, like, he became to understand that people, oh yes, why people rejected Christ. I get it now. Spirit just downloaded some on me. That means because I watched the thing, it was like 2 hours long, and I was trying to figure out, like, Spirit, like, what was while you have me watching it, Spirit had me watching that stuff, okay? And trust me, I oblige, because it's so amazing. And so it just came here. It was just like, why people reject Christ, why people reject it, because, oh wow, the people reject. This gave me another download. See how it comes in fast, okay? Spirit, let me get this out. You know my words, okay? Okay. People reject Christ, okay? They reject Christ's way, okay? Because people are afraid of freedom. They are afraid of freedom. And I remember this when I was awakening, and when I was coming into the realization that everything was in me, everything was me. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I was afraid that, oh my God, I got to do it myself. Like, I don't know if anyone ever felt that, but I felt afraid. Like, this is something I got to do myself. Like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna, like, man, what if I mess it up? That's why I'm always asking. Oh wow, Spirit just brought me my attention. That's why I'm always asking, like, this is something I got to do myself. Like what is this? Like, what if I don't know what to do? What if I mess up, right? And so that's why I'm always checking now to see if I'm doing it right, because I have that, I don't know, like, Spirit just said people reject Christ's way, okay? Jesus, Yeshua, they reject his way. The church rejected his way because people are afraid of that much freedom. People don't know what to do with themselves, okay? And then he also, Spirit just, what was the download? Spirit, that's why he dropped it on me really fast. Okay, people are afraid. Oh, the church, yeah. And so the church was like, okay, well, since, okay, they're giving me these three things, okay? So this is significant. Spirit, okay, all paths lead home. They keep telling me that because every time I ask, like, why is we going the religious route? Because all paths lead home, okay? And so they're giving me the scene when Yeshua was speaking, was in the desert for 40 days, right? And he was speaking to the devil. And so the devil offered him, say, if you reject who you are, I will give you, I will turn the stone into bread. Then the Master Yeshua said, man should not live off bread alone. And then he said, like, prove that you are what you are. I said the Master Yeshua said, man, Spirit, I don't know all of those. I said the Master Yeshua, they went me to my Bible because I guess they're going somewhere with this. So the Master Yeshua said, what did he say? I don't know. Oh my gosh, Spirit. Okay, Spirit is hijacking this conversation because it is Spirit conversation anyway. So just let me get to it, okay? Because Spirit is going somewhere, okay? Because the Ascended Master Yeshua knew that we were more than just men, okay? And so the church, they wanted to take matters into their own hands, so to speak, what Spirit is saying. Like, the church, wow, were sinners who wanted to make excuses for their behaviors. They didn't want to take accountability for their behaviors. And so that's why people go to confession, and that's why they try to say Jesus died for me. Okay, so the Master Yeshua didn't die for you. So the Master Yeshua showed you how to die, showed you how to die to the illusion that you were separate from the Most High. Okay, I don't know how this turned into this, but we're gonna just go with it. Okay. The desert encounter. Okay, and so I'm gonna get to it. Okay. Jesus' resistance. It's Luke verse 4, 1 through 13, okay? And it says, Jesus was tested in the wilderness. He responded to testing victoriously in each temptation asked by the devil. But I'm trying to get to, what did he say? Okay, I'm sorry this is taking like this. Okay, just give me a moment. Spirit is going somewhere over here. And he said, man shall not live of bread alone, right? And the devil said, but every word that comes from my mouth of God. Then when tempted to jump from the temple, Jesus replied, it is also written, do not put the Lord your God to a test, right? And you know how people be saying, oh, well, if God's so great, then why do this, why do you do that, right? It's going, okay, when offered all kingdom of the world, Jesus declared, be gone, Satan, for it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God, and him shall only you serve. Okay, and this is talking about like your ego, right? The human aspect of you, okay, that do not understand what, man, Spirit, you had me, I lost it. Oh, bring it back. Man, and so it's gonna come back. Just give me a second. Let me just move on, okay? And so it was just pretty much like, it was just talking about, like, I'm talking about Dostoevsky when he was stating that, like, how some churches said that, yes, Jesus denied humanity magic. Whoa, that was crazy. This paper just moved. No, is y'all physical reality glitching? Because mine's definitely is. And it said like Jesus denied humanity miracles. Jesus denied humanity food, to have access to food everlasting. Jesus denied humanity people, okay, that's placed in politics, right, to rule justly and kindly. Like the church tried to say Jesus damn humanity, but what the church did not understand was that Jesus knew, Yeshua knew that we were more than just humanity, right? And so that's why he stated what he stated. He didn't bind us to the flesh, by taking those things, agreeing with those things from the devil space, right? He pretty much just said no. Like, man will know who and what they are. He came here for that reason, right? Okay, I don't know why my reading is going like this all the time, okay? It's all paths lead home, okay? But I was listening to this guy, okay, Dostoevsky, I think that's his name, and he was one of those philosophers, and he was a prophet also, and he but this was the download that I got from it, okay, just now. It was just like, that's why the church is the way it is. That's why people don't want to change, because they're afraid of freedom, and it allows the church to have a higher form of influence over the people, right? It keeps the people enslaved. It keeps the people attached to their ego, okay? That something outside of them is going to help them. It keeps the people attached to, doing things, just doing some of the most terriblest things. Even I'm not the judge, okay? It keeps people in that space, wow, Spirit, to where they're saying, okay, I did this, okay? Just show me the murderer when the Master Yeshua was on the cross. The thief said, remember me. The murderer said, well, if you say you God, I'm going to be there anyway. That's pretty much what he said. Oh my God. I don't know if I'm going to post this, because this is crazy. What guide is this? I got to see. Do I got some cards? I need to get some cards that's only for guides, okay? Because this is insane. And so it just says that, like the guy was just like, what I need to ask you to save me for, because you died for me, so you got it. I'm good. And it said that helps people not be held accountable. I don't know why that's funny to me. Let me tell you, I laugh because my vibrational frequency is high, and whatever guys I got with me, they are hilarious. Like, when you understand the joke of life, what is, I don't know if y'all catching this in my video, this is crazy. when you understand the joke of life, when you see why a lot of enlightened beings, a lot of mystics, they're like when you see the Yogi Nanda, what is his name? Sadhguru, that's my buddy right there. I don't know him in real life, but our souls know each other. I would love to just, you know, hang around him for a day. And so when you see them, they're all laughing at life, like the joke of life. Like this morning when I woke up, when I had the realization, I was like, oh, so I'm thinking it's gonna be like some big bang realization, but it was none of that. And in my ego, that, not my ego, you know, the world version of me, the world, look, victory, the world was like the I don't know, who is this with me? Okay, let me ask this question, okay, guys. Give me a second. Who is this with me? Because this is hilarious. An ancestor. Which ancestor is this? King of Coins. Five of Swords. An ancestor who's been through it, okay? They are her laughing. Hilarious, okay? They definitely see the joke of the thing. They see the joke of life. And so they're getting me to see the joke of life. They want you all to see the joke of life. Your ancestors want you all to see the joke of life. Like this Tahuti, I think this Tahuti, yeah. Like they want you to see, like we focus too much on it when it's not even really what we think it is. And I know that's coming from a hard space, because that's hard to say because we experience it. They experience it too, right? But let's see, what does the ancestor want you to know? What do you want us to know? That's crazy. 9 of Cups, okay. Like, look at that. Like, this is what the ancestor want you to know. Like, relax. Like, I got you. Like, I got you. Relax. Relax. That's so funny. What else? 9 of Wands. They know you're tired, okay? This is what the ancestor wants you to know. They want you to take a leap. Okay, so that's what you want me to talk about. Okay. They want you, the 3 of Cups, they're definitely with you, making sure that you're getting justice, okay? They know you're feeling like you're left out, okay? Page of Wands, this hot, fiery energy, okay? 10 of Coins, Queen of Wands. They want you to, your passion, right? You're going to be tapping into this new passion, okay? And they are the ones that's helping you do that, okay? The Fool, 3 of Cups, okay? But you're getting some, this justice is coming in for you because they recognize, you know, how hard it is, especially like all of the baggage, okay, that has been placed on you. This is my ancestor card because look at this old house and the ground. That's ancestor energy, okay? And so the king of Coins, this ancestor was very abundant, okay? This ancestor knew about the land. This ancestor could have been a earth sign, okay? This ancestor is the energy of earth, okay? This ancestor is earth. Wow, I just heard that I am earth. I'm the energy of earth. Before there was a name. I keep hearing that before there was a name, there was I am. I don't know. That's crazy. But this ancestor know that you're tired. 5 of Swords, they know that you're tired, okay? That is coming to an end, okay? Nothing but the truth, okay? They know that you're tired, okay? But let's get back to the Fool, okay? I think that was a message about what they was talking about the church, okay? Not wanting to be held accountability. That's why the church, you know, I don't really want to say that, how they like molest children and, you know, do stuff like that, and they just okay, Spirit. But we're talking about Fool, okay? How to live free as the Fool, okay? how to live free as the fool. Okay, so remember, remember the flow of the fool. This is your justice, okay? So how to live free as the fool. So remember where you come from, right? You live free as the fool, taking steps, right? Saying that I will no longer be afraid to do what it is that I like to do from a soul's perspective. You are no longer second guessing yourself. You are no longer, this is the word analysis paralysis. This is the word Draki, whatever his name, this is the word he used. He saw how in the coming times, the way that the humans was being bred, he saw that they would be put in a perpetuated state of analysis paralysis, to where they would be afraid to move forward. That's why a lot of these concentration camps and slave things, stuff like that, was created, okay? Because they knew exactly what they were doing. The system knew exactly what it was doing, right? And so that's why these concentration camps, these harsh environments that they put people in who defied the church. Wow, the people who defied the church to try to liberate humanity, they locked them up. They burned them at the stake. You know that. They did all kind of crazy shit to these people. And then their lineage, wow, Holy Spirit, their lineage, you know, we became, it is activity in here. They became like afraid. And so you know how the rat, like they did like an experiment with the mice. Okay, I'm all over the board with this reading. I have like so many spirits with me and they're just talking all at once. I'm trying to get everything out, right? And so they did the experiment with the rat. And so the mice or whatever, and so they had a mice eat a piece of like grape, and they had another mice eat a piece of something, like had a mice eat a piece of grape, right? And every time that mice went back for that grape, he would get shocked, and every time he went back, he would get shocked. And so then they tested his like 3 generations forward, and you will find that rat mice never went to that grape. It chose something less nutritious because it had a memory of the DNA memory of when it ate the grape. It was shocked, right? And that is what we are facing right now. And so that can be considered analysis paralysis, to where when we want to move into our souls, move according to the soul, we want to move according to our joy, our happiness, right? We stop. It's like a deer caught in the headlights, right? We get paused, okay? We do. And we stay in that constant perpetuated state of, should I do this? I don't know if I should do this. And to where we don't get anything done, right? And so that's what Spirit wants you to know. Like, once you break away from that tribal chain, wow, Spirit, that ancestral loop, that DNA deficit. Okay, let me say, y'all, when I say when you break away from that DNA deficit, okay, then you are no longer bound by those chains. But they're saying like your nervous system may need to, like, it will take some time for it to deregulate itself, okay? The more you just do it, okay? Just do it knowing what's inside of you. Just do it knowing what you are, right? Just do it with your renewed mind, okay? Make sure that you're operating from a renewed mind, okay? Meaning that you've done the work, you've done the healing, right? You understand. You're no longer identifying with life. And this is what Spirit is like pinpointing to me. You're no longer identifying as the hurt self. You're no longer identifying as, okay, so this is the example they gave me, okay? Okay. It said, how to live free as a fool when a circumstance comes up. So say, for instance, you have a circumstance, right? And I'm using me as an example. Somebody bust out my car window. I didn't get upset. I wasn't hollering and hooting, and people thought I was, but I didn't. And because I didn't feel no energetic connection to it. And so only thing I did was just took the car to go get fixed, get the window fixed. And it didn't feel personal to me. It didn't feel like it was happening to me. It felt like it happened to the car. So it didn't feel overwhelmed. And I was just like, oh, okay, let me go get this fixed. Like, and then the two guys on the side was just like going, they were upset for me. So I didn't need to be. And so when my ex woke me up, he was like, hey, wake up. And I was like, what's up? And he was like, somebody broke your car window out. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, okay. Like, I took my time getting up because I didn't feel like it was a big thing. And then, you know what's so crazy? I had like new brakes in the trunk. I had all types of stuff in there. They didn't take nothing out of that car. They just broke the window. So that was somebody just being an ass. So I don't know. It's just people just do stuff. I don't know. I have no excuses for them. I'm not trying to make no excuse for them. But that is the energy you need to be in, okay? Knowing that that energy does not resonate with you, right? And so that's something that I'm learning, okay, with my stuff. But that's something that I'm learning. Like, certain situations I can be in that space in. Some other situations I can't be in that space in, right? And so they're asking you, like, when you go and take that leap of faith, that's the energy that you need to be embodied already. Pause. Okay. Pause. Calm the inner critic. Calm the version of you that is responding to the situation. Calm that version of you that is responding to the situation, right? Ground yourself. Remember what resides inside of you. Remember who you are. Remember you are spirit experiencing life, right? Remember that, right? Okay, that's how you do that, right? You calm yourself. You use, right? Okay, calm yourself, right? Okay, ground yourself in your truth, right? Your inner divine truth, right? And then shift the energy to desired outcome, right? So if there's a situation like with my car window being broken out, I was like, okay, go get it fixed, because I knew it was gonna get fixed. So you shift your energy to that. Just shift the energy. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Shift the energy to desire. The outcome is desired, right? It like the desire, like the finished product, like it's already finished. And imagine that it's already achieved. Whatever obstacle that you are facing in whatever season you are in, shift the energy, shift the way you are responding to it, and act as if it's already a success has already been achieved. Feel that energy of it's done. It's like, what would you feel like? Happy, right? So already feel that energy, right? Wow, you definitely just showed me that. I'm gonna tell you in a minute, okay? And so, and then ask spirit, your intuition, where is it? How do I handle this? What's the next step for me, right? You ask spirit that, you get quiet, you go into meditation, right? You go do something different. You go move around, go for a walk, go for a jog, start writing so you can get information to come in to help you with this situation, right? That is that magician. That is the magician, is you shifting the energy, right? That using all of the magician's tools, the earth, right? Grounding, the air, the sword, right? The truth of what you are, the wand, right? You're shifting the energy, right? And then the emotion, shifting the emotion to desired outcome, right? That's that magician energy, right? And then you have the high priestess card next, right? Okay, the high priestess, she go and understand information. She goes and get deep information from the spiritual realm, right? And then you have the empress card, right? And she receives, and she receives the knowledge. She knows which way to go. And then you have back to, oh, you have the emperor, authority, leadership, taking right action, right? So we had 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4, 4, 1, 3 on timer. So you taking divine action, you moving in a way that you need to move because you are protected, right? You are the lamb, right? You are listening to the messages from your higher self, right? Okay, because it looks like he has an unk, right? So you know the birth portal, the messages are already in there. It's just waiting to be received from you, right? And he's standing up like, okay, let's go. This is where we're going. And he's walking in authority, leadership, power, control, okay? You're always protected. You're following the order, okay? Logic, confidence, stability, ambition, you know, moving forward with a reason, with a purpose, right? And so that's how you move in that full type energy, okay? Move in your reality in the full type energy. Another download Spirit just gave me, okay, was that, right, I do feel that energy coming in. Hold on, let me ground myself. I do feel that. Give me a second. Let me tell you, I can feel energy, baby, and I'm sure you all can too. You can feel when the shift coming, okay? Divine unity, okay? I speak from the Spirit within me, which is one with the Most High. My words are not from ego, but from source of all creation. No watcher, no accuser, no muzzler has authority over my voice, heart, or my truth. I am rooted in love, covered in light. Ooh. I am sealed in the presence of God within. When I speak, it is for awakenings, not for offense. And my words will land only where they are meant to land. I am safe, I am guided, and I am whole. And so it is. Oh, I felt that energy coming in. I was like, wait a minute, I don't take this bitch on his head. But anyway, Spirit was telling me, just told me how to move according to Spirit's will in the world that does what it does, okay? How to set yourself apart. So Spirit said to go somewhere with your mission already at hand. And so say for instance, like if you're going out to a gathering, right? And you know, they're going to be drinking going on. They're going to be like things you don't do anymore, even though it's nothing wrong with it, because you're not going there to judge people, right? You're just going there because you have a mission. A lot of times you just have a mission someplace and you are meant to be there. I had to learn that about myself. I'm just meant to be at some places, and trust me, it was someone there that I needed to speak to, or that needed to see me, that wanted to tell me something, or somebody there that needed a message from me, and I wasn't even trying. It just happened, okay? And so Spirit is like, always have the mission. Always be Spirit-minded. Always be Holy Spirit led anywhere you are going, right? And it's just like when you go there with the mission, you're not allowing the program of the bar, of the party, of the people to suck you back in, right? You're not in that space, because you have Spirit on your mind. You're Spirit led, you're Spirit missioned, right? You're going and do what it is that the Most High needs for you to do, right? And so that was another message that came up, okay? And so I was not expecting this to go this long. I'm telling you, Spirit hijacked my reading, but not even a reading, the message. I thought it was going to be something so simple, but as always, Spirit always dropping some nuggets. So I hope you were able to listen until the end, because it's very informational. Spirit always, but that's because I allow Spirit to move through me, okay? I watch, like I said, educational things. I watch things that, I don't know. I watch content from a spiritual perspective. The energy, the message is delivered, the energy is complete. All that is not mine will be returned to source, blessed and whole. I close this channel in love and light. Namaste. I'm telling y'all this again. If you need me, comments, reach out to me. Phoenix144cardinal@gmail.com. Okay, ask me for literature, ask me for advice, things, you know. I'm here to help you. Okay, namaste. Bye.